Hello and welcome to Resilience. What's standing in your way? Our pre-session disclaimer: today's discussion and activities are completely voluntary. The information and activities presented herein might be emotionally triggering in regard to stress and coping. At any time, you can stop the process, including activities, discussion, and/or reflection. With a positive and open mind, I believe we can do anything. For additional resources, please visit Ohio University's Wellness Portal at www.ohio.edu/wellness. I'm your instructor for today, Dr. Andrew Pueschel from the Ohio University College of Business. You can see my biography and my education here. At any time, you can contact me at pueschel@ohio.edu. So today's agenda. So we're going to start with a reflection. We'll set some session goals. We'll define resilience. We'll discover the benefit of being resilient and explore ways to increase your resilience. We're also going to discuss how to start the process of increasing your resilience today. We'll bring back a reflection and call to action, and we'll conclude with a session recap. Now, as a reminder, this session is designed to help you assess your current standing while encouraging you to make plans for the future using your information with this session. When you see the green pencil, it's your reminder to pause for a moment and write down your reflections. So before we begin, I want you to think about a time where you thought you were going to fail at something but ended up being successful in the long run. What made you successful? And if you had the experience now that you had then, how would have things been different? Well, this session will discuss resilience and help you identify roadblocks, resources, and positive outcomes. Well, it's ultimately helping you discover the shortest distance to your own success. So our goals today, we're going to help you understand the concept of resilience, understand its benefits, and then we're going to create a 6-step plan for increasing your resilience. Then finally, I want you to be able to reflect on the potential positive outcomes of increased resilience for yourself and others. So resilience, what is it and why does it matter? Well, when we look at the definitions of resilience, the American Psychological Association, we talk about it as a process. The Mayo Clinic, it's an ability, the being able to do something, to adapt to life misfortunes and setbacks. And Psychology Today talks about it as a psychological quality or a trait. It allows some people to be knocked down by the adversities of life and come back to be stronger than before. So 3 different ways of looking at this, but we want to think about what it's not as well. We'll go back to a definition that we'll agree upon today to focus on. But first, what is it not? Well, it's not the guarantee that we're not going to be stressed. We all have stressors that are happening in our lives. And resilience is not something that only some people possess. Anyone can be resilient, and we'll talk about that today. It's also just not simply a skill set that we learned once and we never have to revisit again. And resilience is not a reason not to be ethical in our decision-making abilities. So what is our definition for today? Well, from www.ohio.edu/stressless, we define resilience as believing in oneself and managing adversity by making good choices and effectively utilizing surrounding opportunities. Let's dive deeper with this. Believing in oneself, the ability, we're thinking positively about yourself and being hopeful about your journey. Managing adversity, being prepared by identifying potential roadblocks, available resources, and additional resources needed. Then making good decisions, determining what is important and acting accordingly. And finally, effectively utilizing surrounding opportunities, identifying resources and making alternative plans for success. So the good news is that you're the ones that are in control. Resilience absolutely can be learned, it can be practiced, and it can grow over time through your life experience. You are the one, you can be aware and take the steps needed so you can be as successful as possible. So what are the benefits of resilience? Well, according to Laura Malloy, there's a sense of control and it helps people feel more positive in general. And then if we look at McLeod, Mulish, Hawkins, Alexard, and Wicker, 2016, research suggests that resilience is associated with many positive outcomes, including successful aging, life satisfaction, longevity, and lower rates of depression. Okay, we know the benefits, but how can we increase resilience? Well, ways that we can build resilience, according to the American Psychological Association, we can build our connections, foster wellness, find purpose, and we can embrace happy thoughts. Well, how can we do it today? Well, let's try it. There's 6 steps that I'm recommending for success, and they're all built on our definition for resilience. Step 1 is making good choices. The action, you can identify a goal you have for your future, and you're going to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve, and when do you want to achieve your goal? Step 2, managing adversity. Brainstorm possible roadblocks to achieve your goal. You're going to ask yourself, what's going to stand in my way? Step 3, believing in oneself. For each roadblock, what are the available and additional internal resources needed to be successful? You'll answer this by asking yourself, what traits do I have that will make this successful? And what traits or skills do I need to possess before I move forward? Step 4 is effectively utilizing surrounding opportunities. For each roadblock, what are the available and additional external resources needed to be successful? You'll ask yourself, what else do I need to achieve my goal? Step 5, managing adversity. Imagine possible outcomes, the positive and or the negative ones. Ask yourself, what are the possible outcomes that could result from trying to achieve this goal? And finally, making good choices. I want you to revisit that goal that you started with, and you're going to ask yourself, is the goal worth it to you? Worth the effort needed to achieve what you set out to do? So if you notice on the left side, there's that green pencil. I'd like you to start with step 1 and come up with a goal and go through the 6-step process. Go ahead and pause if you'd like to, and then we'll continue. So thinking about the various stressors in your life, I want you to reflect and describe at least 3 ways that improving your resilience could improve your life if you put in the effort now to build it up. You can go back to the activity you just accomplished, and you can think about that goal. What would happen if you were able to achieve that goal? Or think of a new stressor or something coming up. What if you could achieve the goal of success for something new? What would be the effort? What would be the outcome of being resilient and reaching your goals? Go ahead and write that down in your reflection. So let's recap with our concluding thoughts. You should be able to understand the concept of resilience. You should know the benefits. You should also be able to be confident in launching a 6-step plan for increasing your resilience. And then also being able to reflect on the potential positive outcomes of increased resilience for yourself and others. By doing these steps, we can go through and we can raise our own confidence level in increasing our resilience in ourselves and others in order to have positive impacts on our community. And then one final reminder, remember that you're the one that can take control in the situation. Resilience can be learned. It can be practiced. It'll grow over time through the more life experiences you have, and you can be aware and take the steps needed to be as successful as possible moving forward through your resilience. Once again, here's the resources that we covered today from Ohio University, the American Psychological Association, Harvard Health Publishing, and Psychology Today, and the impact of resilience among older adults by McLeod et al. Once again, my name is Dr. Andrew Pueschel. You can reach me at pueschel@ohio.edu. And I want to thank you for your time today.